Strategy implementation is the process of translating strategic plans into organizational actions that achieve desired objectives and create measurable business results. While strategy formulation determines what an organization intends to accomplish, strategy implementation focuses on how those objectives will be achieved through people, processes, resources, structures, and leadership. Within the global MBA curriculum, strategy implementation represents the critical link between strategic planning and organizational performance. Numerous studies suggest that organizations frequently fail not because they formulate poor strategies, but because they struggle to execute them effectively. A brilliant strategy without effective implementation creates little value. Conversely, organizations with strong execution capabilities can often outperform competitors with superior strategic plans. The implementation focus of the global MBA reflects the practical orientation found in the modern business, where leadership, organizational alignment, decision-making, and performance management are viewed as essential drivers of strategic success. Strategy implementation requires managers to coordinate organizational resources, motivate employees, align stakeholders, and continuously monitor progress. In today's business environment, characterized by rapid technological change, globalization, digital transformation, and increasing organizational complexity, execution capability has become one of the most important sources of sustainable competitive advantage. 2. What is strategy implementation? Strategy implementation refers to the process of converting strategic plans into operational actions that achieve organizational objectives. It involves translating strategy into actionable initiatives, allocating resources, aligning organizational structures, developing supporting systems, managing people, and culture, monitoring performance. Implementation answers a critical question. How do we transform strategic intent into organizational results? Unlike strategy formulation, which primarily involves analysis and decision-making, implementation focuses on action, coordination, execution, and organizational change. 3. The importance of strategy implementation. Many organizations invest substantial resources in strategic planning but fail to realize expected benefits because implementation is ineffective. Research consistently indicates that execution failures are among the most common causes of strategic underperformance. Effective implementation provides several benefits. Strategic alignment ensures organizational activities support strategic objectives. Resource optimization directs financial, technological, and human resources toward strategic priorities. Performance improvement transforms strategic plans into measurable outcomes. Competitive advantage enables organizations to execute strategies more effectively than competitors. Organizational adaptability supports change and continuous improvement. Example: Netflix Incorporated successfully implemented its transition from DVD rentals to streaming by investing in technology, digital infrastructure, content acquisition, and organizational capabilities. The success resulted not only from strategic insight but also from exceptional execution. 4. The strategy implementation process. Strategy implementation generally follows a structured sequence. Step 1. Translate strategy into action plans. Organizations convert broad strategic objectives into specific initiatives. Strategic plans should define key projects, responsibilities, timelines, budgets, performance metrics. Example: strategic goal: expand international operations. Implementation plan: identify target countries, establish local partnerships, recruit regional leadership, develop market entry programs. Step 2. Allocate resources. Implementation requires adequate resources. Key resource categories include financial resources, capital investments and operating budgets, human resources, talent acquisition and workforce development, technological resources, digital systems and infrastructure, managerial resources, leadership attention and decision-making capacity. Resource allocation must align with strategic priorities. Step 3. Establish organizational support. Organizations must ensure structures and systems support strategy execution. This includes organizational design, reporting, relationships, decision-making, processes, governance mechanisms. Without structural alignment, implementation efforts often fail. Step 4. Monitor and adjust. Implementation requires continuous evaluation. Organizations monitor progress toward objectives, resource utilization, performance, outcomes, environmental changes. Managers adjust implementation plans when conditions change. 5. Organizational structure and strategy. One of the most influential principles in strategic management is the idea that structure follows strategy. Organizations must design structures that support strategic objectives. Common organizational structures include functional structure, organized by specialized functions. Examples: marketing, finance, operations, human resources. Suitable for smaller or less diversified organizations. Divisional structure, organized around products, markets, geographic regions. Suitable for large diversified organizations. Example: the Walt Disney Company operates through multiple divisions including entertainment, streaming, parks, and consumer products. Matrix structure combines multiple reporting relationships. Supports complex organizations requiring cross-functional collaboration. Network structure relies on partnerships and external relationships. Common in technology and platform businesses. Selecting the appropriate structure improves strategic coordination and execution.
6. Leadership and strategy implementation. Leadership is one of the most important determinants of implementation success. Strategic leaders must communicate vision, explain strategic direction clearly, build commitment, generate support among employees and stakeholders, manage change, address resistance and uncertainty, allocate resources, ensure strategic priorities receive adequate support, maintain accountability, monitor progress and enforce performance standards. Example: Satya Nadella successfully led cultural and strategic transformation at Microsoft Corporation by emphasizing cloud computing, innovation, collaboration, and organizational learning. 7. Organizational culture and strategy. Organizational culture significantly influences implementation effectiveness. Culture consists of shared values, norms, beliefs, behaviors. A culture aligned with strategy strengthens execution. Example: innovation strategies require cultures that encourage creativity, experimentation, learning, risk-taking. In contrast, cost leadership strategies often emphasize efficiency, discipline, standardization, cost control. Misalignment between culture and strategy creates implementation challenges. 8. Change management and strategy execution. Many strategic initiatives require organizational change. Examples include digital transformation, market expansion, process redesign, business model innovation. Change often generates resistance due to uncertainty, fear of job loss, habitual behavior, lack of understanding. Effective change management includes communication, explaining the reasons for change, participation, involving employees in implementation, training, developing required capabilities, reinforcement, recognizing desired behaviors. Successful implementation frequently depends on managing organizational change effectively. 9. Resource allocation and strategic priorities. Resource allocation is a central component of strategy implementation. Organizations must decide where to invest, which initiatives receive funding, which projects to prioritize, which opportunities create the greatest value. How to balance competing demands. How should limited resources be distributed? Strategic priorities should guide all allocation decisions. Example: a company pursuing artificial intelligence leadership may allocate greater resources toward data infrastructure, machine learning, talent research, and development, technology partnerships. Resource allocation reflects organizational priorities more accurately than strategic statements alone. 10. Performance measurement and control. Implementation success requires effective measurement systems. Organizations establish key performance indicators, KPIs, to monitor progress. Examples include financial metrics, revenue growth, profitability, return on investment, ROI, customer metrics, customer satisfaction, customer retention, market share, operational metrics, productivity, quality, efficiency, innovation metrics, new product launches, research outcomes, technology adoption. Measurement systems enable managers to identify problems and take corrective action. 11. The Balanced Scorecard. One of the most influential implementation frameworks is the Balanced Scorecard, developed by Robert Kaplan and David Norton. The Balanced Scorecard evaluates performance across 4 dimensions. Financial perspective. How do shareholders view us? Customer perspective. How do customers view us? Internal process perspective. What must we excel at? Learning and growth perspective. How can we improve and innovate? The framework helps align operational activities with strategic objectives. 12. Common barriers to strategy implementation. Organizations frequently encounter implementation obstacles. Lack of leadership commitment. Executives fail to provide sustained support. Poor communication. Employees do not understand strategic priorities. Resource constraints. Insufficient funding or talent. Organizational resistance. Employees oppose change initiatives. Weak accountability. Responsibilities are unclear. Inadequate monitoring. Organizations fail to measure progress effectively. Recognizing these barriers improves implementation success. 13. Strategy implementation in the digital era. Digital transformation has fundamentally changed implementation requirements. Modern organizations increasingly rely on data analytics, real-time performance monitoring, artificial intelligence, decision support and automation, digital collaboration tools, improved communication and coordination, agile management practices, rapid adaptation and continuous improvement. Example: Amazon.com, Inc. continuously monitors operational performance using advanced analytics, enabling rapid implementation adjustments and process optimization. Digital capabilities increasingly determine implementation effectiveness and organizational agility. 14. Strategy implementation and sustainable competitive advantage. The ultimate objective of implementation is strategic execution excellence. Organizations that consistently execute strategies effectively often achieve superior performance, stronger customer relationships, greater innovation capability, higher profitability, sustainable competitive advantage. Execution capability itself can become a strategic asset that competitors find difficult to imitate. The global MBA program emphasizes that strategy implementation transforms strategic vision into organizational reality. It integrates leadership, organizational design, resource allocation, culture, change management, and performance measurement into a coordinated process that drives long-term value creation and strategic success. Key takeaways. 1. Strategy implementation converts strategic plans into organizational actions and measurable results. 2. Successful implementation requires alignment among people, processes, resources, systems, and leadership. 3. Organizational structure should support strategic objectives. 4. Leadership is one of the most important drivers of implementation success. 5. Organizational culture can either strengthen or undermine strategy execution. 6. Effective change management is essential when implementing major strategic initiatives. 7. Resource allocation reflects strategic priorities and influences implementation outcomes. 8. Performance measurement systems enable monitoring, accountability, and continuous improvement. 9. The Balanced Scorecard links operational performance to strategic objectives. 10. In the digital economy, execution capability, agility, analytics, and organizational adaptability have become major sources of sustainable competitive advantage.